A very good morning, students. In the earlier two parts on communication, on business communication, we have covered what the basics of business communication are, the definition part of it, and the various types of communication that we do in a business organization. In the earlier part, in part 2, we talked about oral communication. Now it's time we discuss about the written communication and what is the significance of written communication in today's business community, in today's business world. Now, understanding why written communication is very, very important. Speech came before writing, but writing is more unique and formal comparative to the speech. We had talked about the limitation of oral communication, wherein if a manager has made a statement today, he can backtrack from a statement. You would have seen that in so many court proceedings that the witness in a particular crime backtracks his statement and the police have to re-investigate the entire case. So problem with oral communication is there is no guarantee of what the particular person has said and whether he can take back his statement the other day. Now in written communication that is not a possibility because it's more kind of a formal structure. It's more of black and white kind of communication. Now, advantages of written communication is it helps in laying down the apparent principles, policies, and rules for running the organization. You'll find that most of the companies, when they keep on running, they have a manual book. So if you have some kind of a doubt, if you can go to your boss and he will say that you please refer the manual. Consider that to be kind of the constitution of a particular company. Suppose if the Supreme Court has a doubt whether what should be done on this particular case or what should be the decision that should be made out for that particular prisoner, he refers to the constitution, he refers to the penal code that has been written down. It's a book that has been written down, and basis of those written down texts the decisions are taken. Similarly, in organizations it helps in laying down apparent policies, principles and rules for running of the organization. Written communication is more of a permanent means of communication. Changes in the communication, written communication is very difficult. Written communication is more precise and explicit. It is more concrete in shape. There's no chance of backtracking from your statement. There's no chance of modifying it in between. Effective written communication develops and enhances an organization's image. It provides ready records and references. Legal defenses can depend upon written communication as it provides valid records. You can file it, you can tape it, you can record it, and you can use it for future purposes. Now, disadvantages of written communication. Written communication does not save upon the cost. It costs huge in terms of stationery and manpower employed for writing, typing and delivering letters. Also, if the receivers of the written messages are separated by distance, they need not be getting the immediate responses. The feedback is not immediate, and that causes problems at times. Suppose a voting is to be conducted and people are sitting across various parts of the countries. The voting will take a lot of time on a particular issue, on a particular candidature. Written communication is time consuming as the feedback is not immediate. The encoding of the messages and the decoding of the messages at the end of the receiver takes a lot of time, and it's a pain for both the sender and the receiver. Effective communication requires great skills and competencies. That is why you have a specialized department inside of companies who deal with written communication. You'll find companies employ lawyers to vet, to check the letters that are going outside in the public, to the letters that are going outside of the company to the public or to the stakeholders. So poor writing skills and quality have a negative impact on the organization's reputation. The brand of the company is at stake, and that is why. So problem with written communication is it's very structured, it's formal, but it has a lot of limitations in terms of cost, in terms of not getting immediate feedbacks or response, and in terms of not every person having the ability to write good letters or good communication letters. Now, we have talked about the oral part of it and the written part of it. Now, there is one more important, very important component of communication, that is non-verbal communication. You will notice that even when we are not communicating through words, when we are not communicating through written, communication, we many a times convey a lot of things through our non-verbal communications, through our facial gestures, through our hand gestures, through our expressions on the face. So these are also a very important component. Now, since this video is getting longer, I'll be discussing the same in the next topic. I'll be discussing non-verbal communication in the next part. Thank you so much.